From the electrifying press conferences and trash talk exchanges, to the thrilling fight highlights and post-fight reactions, here is everything you need to know about why Frank Martin was destined to lose to Gervonta Davis. Tank is renowned for his relentless and grueling training sessions. His training camp for this fight was no exception. Under the watchful eye of his experienced trainer, Calvin Ford, Davis focused on refining his speed, power, and defensive skills. Tank's training regime included intense sparring sessions, rigorous strength and conditioning workouts, and meticulous technical drills. His camp's goal was clear: to sharpen every tool in Davis's already crazy arsenal after a long break since fights. Davis' record coming into this fight was nothing short of impressive. With a record of 28 wins, 26 by knockout, and 0 losses, he had established himself as one of the most feared punchers in the lightweight division. His knockout-to-win ratio of 93% highlighted his ability to end fights early, a factor that played heavily into his training focus. Davis was also coming off a series of high-profile victories, including a dramatic knockout of Leo Santa Cruz and a technical knockout against Mario Barrios, further solidifying his status as a dominant force in the ring. On the other hand, Frank Martin, a rising star with a lot to prove. Martin's rise through the ranks was nothing short of meteoric. With a record of 17 wins, 12 by knockout, and 0 losses, he had shown a blend of speed, agility, and tactical skill that earned him a reputation as a real opponent. His training camp was all about pushing his limits. Martin's coach, Derek James, emphasized endurance, footwork, and counterpunching in their preparation. The goal was to outmaneuver Davis and exploit any openings with quick, precise strikes. Martin's camp also focused on mental preparation. Knowing Davis's reputation for intimidating his opponents, Martin worked with sports psychologists to build mental resilience. The underdog narrative fueled his motivation, driving him to train harder and smarter. Despite being the lesser-known fighter, Martin's dedication and recent performances had started to attract significant attention. Many analysts noted his impressive victories over Romero Duno and Jackson Marinez, showcasing his ability to handle pressure and deliver under the spotlight. While Davis's camp exuded confidence, having a proven track record of success, Martin's camp was driven by the hunger to prove the doubters wrong. This contrast set the stage for an epic clash. Both fighters were physically and mentally prepared, but the question remained: was Martin prepared enough to take down a powerhouse like Davis? Now, let's consider the strategic aspects. Davis, known for his explosive power, often relies on his ability to close the distance quickly and deliver devastating blows. His southpaw stance and quick footwork make him a difficult target to hit, while his defensive skills ensure he takes minimal damage. His strategy typically involves breaking down his opponent's defense with relentless pressure, looking for the perfect moment to unleash his powerful left hand with a quick counter. Martin's strategy was expected to focus on movement and counterpunching. Known for his agility and quick reflexes, Martin aimed to stay on the outside, using his jab to keep Davis at bay and looking for opportunities to counter. His orthodox stance and reach advantage were key factors in his game plan. By maintaining distance and avoiding prolonged exchanges, Martin hoped to frustrate Davis and create openings for his own attacks. The pre-fight analysis by many experts leaned heavily in Davis's favor. His experience in high-stakes fights, combined with his knockout power, made him the favorite. However, Martin's impressive skills and rapid improvement meant that he couldn't be underestimated. The anticipation for the fight grew as fans and analysts alike debated the possible outcomes and strategies each fighter would employ. The trash talk prior to the fight was in itself a highlight for many fans. The press conferences were nothing short of electrifying. Davis, known for his confident and sometimes brash personality, didn't hold back. He took every opportunity to remind Martin and the public of his impressive record and knockout power. "I'm gonna show him why I'm the best," Davis said at one press event. His confidence was infectious, and his fans rallied behind him, creating a buzz around the fight. On the other hand, Frank Martin, while generally more reserved, didn't shy away from defending himself. He acknowledged Davis's accomplishments, but remained strong in his belief that he could win. "I respect what he's done, but this is my time," Martin said during a heated exchange. The most notable moment came during the final press conference. The fighters faced off, and the verbal jabs quickly escalated. Davis, leaning in with a menacing stare, declared, "You ain't ready for what I bring to the ring." Martin, maintaining eye contact, replied, "You'll see just how ready I am." The crowd erupted, and the fighters had to be separated to prevent a physical altercation. Psychologically, Davis's trash talk seemed designed to unnerve Martin. By constantly questioning Martin's readiness and skill, Davis aimed to plant seeds of doubt in his opponent's mind and make him question everything. This strategy has worked for Davis in the past, as several of his opponents have admitted feeling overwhelmed by his confidence and aggressive demeanor even before stepping into the ring. Martin appeared unfazed and kept coming back for more. Throughout the build-up, he maintained his focus, often emphasizing his rigorous training and preparation. He seemed intent on using Davis's words as fuel for his motivation, rather than letting them cause distress. This mental resilience was crucial, as many analysts pointed out that Davis' psychological warfare could be as challenging as his physical prowess in the ring. Former fighters and boxing analysts weighed in, adding their perspectives on the psychological aspects of the fight. Some believed that Davis's experience and mental toughness gave him an edge, while others argued that Martin's calm and collected approach indicated a deeper, perhaps more dangerous focus. The anticipation was at its peak as both fighters stepped into the ring on June 15th at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. The atmosphere was electric, and fans were eager to see if the hype and trash talk would translate into action. From the opening bell, it was clear that both fighters meant business. Davis, true to his reputation, came out aggressively, looking to impose his power and dictate the pace. Martin, on the other hand, stayed composed, using his footwork to keep Davis at bay and look for counterpunching opportunities. In the early rounds, Martin was landing several powerful shots that visibly shook Davis, one even making him wobble. Davis was getting hit consistently with jab after jab as Martin was dancing around him. But as the fight progressed, the intensity only grew. In the middle rounds, Davis continued to press forward, but Martin's movement and counterpunching kept him competitive. Throughout the middle rounds and around halfway, we could see that Martin was starting to fatigue and was really starting to feel the pressure from Gervonta. Then in later rounds, we saw Davis solidify his dominance. His combination of speed, power, and technical skills proved too much for Martin. In round 8, a brutal flurry from Davis with a beautiful uppercut and left hook dropped Martin to the canvas. Post-fight, both fighters showed immense respect for each other. Davis, in his post-fight interview, praised Martin's toughness and resilience. "He's a warrior. He took some hard shots and kept coming. Much respect to him," Davis said. This humility contrasted sharply with his pre-fight trash talk, showcasing the sportsmanship that often emerges after a hard-fought battle. Martin, though disappointed, remained positive. "I gave it my all out there. Gervonta is a great fighter, and tonight was his night. I'll be back stronger," he stated. His words reflected the spirit of a fighter determined to learn and grow from the experience. As for what's next, Davis hinted at possible future opponents, including a potential super fight against another top contender. His victory over Martin reinforced his position as one of the top fighters in the division, and fans are eagerly speculating about his next move. Martin, despite the loss, gained a lot of respect from the boxing community. His performance against a top-tier opponent like Davis showed that he belongs among the elite, and many believe he'll come back stronger in his next fights. So from the electrifying moments in the ring to the heartfelt post-fight interviews, this bout had everything. It was a clash of skill, power, and heart, and it delivered on all the hype.